Hello, I just wanted to share something that God kind of brought back to my remembrance earlier. It happened years ago, but He brought it back to my remembrance. And I just thought it was such a powerful message. I didn't want to, just keep it to myself. I wanted to do a video on it and share it with other people and to show them, kind of show them a different perspective, I guess, of seeing things. Because sometimes I think we get caught up in seeing things the way that we see them and the way that we want to see them, that we forget how God sees them, because He sees things totally different than we do. He doesn't see them the same way. So I think sometimes it's kind of good to have a different perspective on it and to see His perspective and to see the way that He sees things, so it can kind of help us be more tender-hearted towards not just Him but other people. But this happened years ago. It was when we were flying, that me and my husband were flying to Tennessee on vacation to see family, and we were flying in an airplane. Of course, he never flew before, but it was so funny. That poor thing. He did not like it. He doesn't like flying in airplanes, but that was the first time, but it was scary for him. Poor thing. I just felt so bad for him. But we were flying to Tennessee, and God, I had my Bible with me, and I was reading it, and I was reading scriptures and stuff, and then God told me, He says, look out the window. And I thought, okay, look out the plane's window. So I did. I looked out the plane's window, and He says, you see how the earth looks from the plane's window? And I said, yeah. And He says, well, this is how I view the world. This is how I see it from my eyes, from my perspective. This is how I see it. This is how I see my people, not just my people, but those that don't know Him. And He says, you see how everything looks so small and so tiny, because that's how it looks from way up in the sky. It looks so small and tiny, but He was saying that that's how He views the world. Of course, He don't see it small and tiny, but He was just kind of giving me an idea of how different He sees things than we see things. And He told me, He says, this is how I see my people and those that don't know me. He says, I see my people going about their everyday lives, and they're going to their jobs, and they're going to work, and they're doing their daily routine and doing the things that they do every day. And He says, and then I see the lost, and I see those that don't know me, and I see their hearts, because He sees inside people. He sees people differently than we do. He sees their heart. He sees the inside of them, and He sees their spirit. He sees who they really are, because He created them. So He sees them like that, and He says, this is how I see them. They're lost, and they're hurting, and they're just, it's like they got no hope, and they got no future. They think they had no future for themselves, and they're depressed, and they're upset, and they just don't know what way to go. And it's like they're just so lost. And He says, here's my people, and I've called them to reach the lost and to preach my gospel, and some of them just are not doing what I've called them to do. They're just passing by these poor people like they don't exist. They're just walking by them every day, acting like they're not even there. And I'm like, wow. I thought, Lord, I don't ever want to do that. I said, I always want to have ears to hear Your voice, so that I don't ever pass up a chance, to share You with somebody, because that's, to me, the most important thing in life, is to share Him, because, there's more to it than just this life, thank the Lord, because it's like, we don't think about that sometimes. We don't think about what's to come. I mean, one day Jesus is going to return, and we're all going to have to stand before Him and give an account for our lives and how we lived our lives. And I don't want to stand before Him and then have Him tell me that, that here I placed these people for You to minister to, and you didn't do it. You passed by them like they weren't even there. You acted like they didn't exist. And I'm like, I don't ever want to do that. But I don't think we always intentionally do that. I think sometimes we don't. Of course, we don't intentionally do it, I don't think, at times. But it just kind of got me thinking. It just, man, it really hit me. I thought, Lord, I said, here are Your people. You've given, we have everything we need. We have His Word. We have Him living on the inside of us. We have everything we need to share Him with people. It's just for us to open our mouths and do it. And take that step of faith and do it and share Him with others, because this world needs Him bad. They really do. You can see it every day. People are just, this world's getting crazy. People are just getting crazy. They're just snapping out and going off the deep end and just doing these crazy things that I hear about every day on the news. And I'm thinking, Lord, this world's getting so crazy. And He tells me, every time I say that to Him, He's like, well, they need to know me. This is why I have my people out there ministering my word, and some of them just ain't doing it. They're passing by these people like they're just not there, and they're ignoring me, and they're not paying, taking heed to what I tell them. And these people are lost, and they're hurting, and they need me. But, we're his hands, and we're his feet, and we're his voice. So it's up to us. It's our responsibility to get the gospel out and to preach it and to tell people, no matter where we are. We shouldn't be ashamed of anything. I mean, that's crazy. Because like the Bible says, if we're ashamed of him, he's going to be ashamed of us before the Father. So we don't want that. We don't want him being ashamed of us because we're ashamed of him, and ashamed to share his word with the other people, and to share and to help them get saved. I mean, to me, that there's nothing more important to that in this world. I mean, that's what my heart's desire has been for years. I mean, since I've come into a close, intimate relationship with God and became closer and closer to him, like I am every day, I just have such more of a desire than I ever had before to just share him with people that don't know him, so that, they can be saved and they can come to know him, and, they can live with him forever in heaven, instead of being lost and separated from him forever. But I just wanted to share that because I just thought it was such a powerful message. I thought, man, it just really hit me, because he said, this is how passionate I am. This is my heart. This is me. This is who I am. I'm love, and I want people to know me. I want them to come to a relationship with me because I love them. I created them, and we're created to love him. We're created to worship him, but we just, some people don't because they don't know him. So, it's up to us to get out there and share the gospel with others. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I do these videos. And that's why I, minister to people. And I try to always keep, my ears open to what God tells me, so that I can share his word with other people. But that's what my heart has always been towards, It's just always been wanting to share him with other people. And it just blesses me. Well, I know it blesses God every time I do, but it just blesses me so much because I'm like, Lord, I know I'm touching, that people are listening to these videos, and hopefully it's helping them and changing their lives, because that's what my heart's desire is. I mean, I want to do everything that I can, to share him with others and to get his word out. But I just wanted to share this because I thought it was really powerful. So I hope that it blesses you as it did me when God told it to me. Until next time, bye.